Hello and welcome back to 4FS Gaming. When playing Hunt, I find myself really drawn to the array of sidearm weaponry available. Maybe it's just how they make me feel like a true gunslinger of the Wild West, or maybe it comes down to them just being pretty damn effective. In this video, I will review all 12 of these pistols, and I'll give some awards at the end for the strongest sidearm, the coolest sidearm, and the best value sidearm. At Blood Rank 1, let's start with the Coldwell conversion pistol. 6 shots of low damage and range, with a low rate of fire and a slow reload. This weapon is just about as basic as it gets, but it can still be used with fanning to do some really fast damage up close. It is of course outclassed by most other pistols, which coincidentally means it's also the most satisfying to get kills with. Moving to Blood Rank 4, you will unlock the basic Nagant M1895. It is the rival weapon to the Coldwell conversion, and it has one more shot available, with better recoil control, but it will do slightly less damage. Now it does still benefit from fanning, so the choice here really comes down to which budget version you like the sights of the best. At Blood Rank 10, we have the Nagant M1895 Officer. Now this is where the sidearms really start to get interesting and good. This weapon is cheap, effective, and it can fire rapidly without the need for fanning, and can do so while aiming down sights. It's still very lacking in range and damage, but it does make a suitable complement to almost any budget build. Upwards to Blood Rank 19, we have the Cordwell conversion packs, and it's more or less a straight up upgrade from the base conversion pistol. It buffs the damage and the range, and the bullet travel speed, but still limits you to 6 shots with a slow reload. This weapon is in a bit of an awkward position because it's not cheap, but it still has nowhere near the range and power of its bigger brother, the uppercut. Now with fanning, this is still a decent gun, but there are better options for more money, or cheaper options that don't handicap you that much more. If you are disappointed with the packs, don't worry, because at Blood Rank 21, a newer and more interesting addition, the Bornholm No. 3 is competing for the place of the Nagant Officer. It is more expensive and slightly weaker in terms of damage, and it has 2 less shots. However, it fires much faster, reloads much faster, and this makes it a powerhouse in close range fights. The Officer overall is more versatile, but the Bornholm is a specialized killing tool, and it pairs very well with long range, slow firing rifles. Remember that you need to use the bullet grubber trait with the Bornholm, or you may lose ammunition when reloading. At Blood Rank 28, we now have the Nagant Silencer. This is more of a tool than a weapon, as its combat potential is extremely limited. It has such low damage and range that I would never recommend it against players. However, it can still be extremely useful, allowing you to set off sound traps from afar, blow up barrels without revealing your location, and clear weak AI with ease and speed. You can even use it with fanning for a nice meme build. Don't overlook this pistol, it's very fun to use to mess with players, but don't expect it to win any fights at all. Now at Blood Rank 32, one of the more interesting sidearms is the Coldwell conversion chain pistol. This carries 17 shots ready to fire. Due to the low range and damage, this doesn't seem too strong at first, until you realize that with fanning, you can create a wall of death that will melt players and bosses alike. It's also very cheap. Downsides are that without fanning, it's just a Coldwell conversion pistol that you won't need to reload in combat. Jumping to Blood Rank 40, we are moving on to the Tier 2 sidearms. The first one here is the Nagant M1895 Officer Brawler, and it's functionally the same as the base double action variant, just with a higher blunt melee damage. I suppose there is no reason not to take this over the base gun, but the benefit is very minor, and you are still going to want a knife or dusters to deal with most of the AI. At Blood Rank 44, we have the biggest Coldwell sidearm, the uppercut, and it's certainly one of the strongest and most popular weapons in the game. It boasts the range and damage comparable to all but the largest of rifles, making it a sort of sniper pistol. It can also be used with fanning, which despite only 6 shots, high recoil and a slow reload, it is still deadly up close if you are careful placing those shots and can kill very quickly. Never hold the trigger with this one, It is a great weapon to pair with long ammo rifles to increase your reserve ammo, while also providing powerful close range options with fanning. However, it also pairs with shotguns really well, and crossbows, because you can still take long range firefights with confidence. The biggest drawback of the uppercut is its price, because it is so much more expensive than even the packs. It is definitely one of the more popular sidearms, as I said, and for very good reason. Moving to Blood Rank 46, we have the Pack's Claw variant of the Cordwell pistol, and this has a slashing attack that does even less damage than the knife. So it's rarely worth taking for that purpose unless you like to hit an armoured 5 times in order to kill it. Much like the Officer Brawler, there is little reason not to take the upgrade over the normal packs if you don't mind the price, although it will rarely be that useful. Now at Blood Rank 61 we have arguably the most infamous sidearm, and that is the big brother of the Bornholm. It's called the Dolch. This one here uses medium ammo, providing much stronger damage and range, however not as much as the uppercut. It is semi-automatic, so it has no need for fanning to fire blisteringly fast, it has 10 rounds in the clip, and is very forgiving and versatile. It can compete with Winfields at medium range, and it will outclass all close range weapons except some shotguns. The Dolch does lose power at long range, so it doesn't make the best sniper, and ammo is also very scarce for it. Pairing with a medium ammo rifle like the Carabiner helps alleviate the ammo problem, but you still need to be careful with your shots and try not to lose too many bullets to the reload animation if you don't have the bullet grubber trait. The Dolch is expensive, very expensive. Despite the drawbacks of price, ammo scarcity, and long range firepower, the Dolch is still a terrifyingly strong pistol, and it will gun you down quickly and mercilessly in the right hands. I think it is best paired with weapons that need a close range complement, like a Mosin or a Lebel. At Blood Rank 80, we have our final pistol, and it's at quite a high blood rank, the only sidearm in the tier 3 area. It is the Nagant Mark II. This is a really nice pistol. It has great sights, really cool inscriptions on the weapon itself, and it makes you feel cool to wield it. It does only fire compact ammo, but with 9 shots it is still a straight up upgrade to the Coldwell conversion and the base Nagant. It is particularly devastating when used with fanning, but not as useful as a chain pistol with fanning, because that has twice as many shots. Now the Nagant does have an alternate fire mode to shoot a single shotgun blast before you have to reload. Now this does have lowish damage and quite problematic spread pattern, but hey, it's still the only way to get a small slot shotgun, and it comes with a 9-round revolver. Overall, this weapon probably doesn't justify its high-ish price tag, as the chain pistol will mostly outclass it. However, it is still one of my favourite sidearms, if just for the badass factor of walking into a room, fanning 9 shots, and then mopping up any survivors with a shotgun blast. And that brings us to the end of our sidearm review. I have not included medium or long versions of these weapons such as the Nagant Carbine or the Dolch Precision, because at that point it's not really a sidearm, or even the Derringer, because technically, well, that's a tool. So now it's time for some awards. The strongest sidearm is going to go to the Dolch or the uppercut, depending on what range your primary weapon covers. Either of these will pair well to round out a powerful high tier loadout. Our best value sidearm is going to go to the Nagant Officer, which has enormous bang for its cheap price, or if you have fanning, the chain pistol will actually steal this award away. Finally, the coolest sidearm, and this is a purely personal opinion, is the Nagant Mark II. Its sleek visual design and badass inscriptions always make me feel good with this thing in my hand. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to let us know about your favourite sidearms in the comments, and check out our Patreon and Discord in the description below. This is Ascendance from 4FS Gaming.